Brian Yormack here, co-creator of Accountonomics. Thanks for joining in for the second part of our instructional videos. Let's jump in. In this video, we're going to play one round of the game so you can better understand how to navigate and make your selections. If you've already registered, enter your email and login code. The login code was given to you when you registered, and hopefully you saved it down as you'll need that to log in. Next, click Submit to enter the game. Before we get too deep into the round, I want to cover the flow of the round. The first thing that's going to happen in round one is that you'll make business decisions. You'll be buying assets and producing goods. Then you'll meet a submission deadline when all of that has to be turned in and submitted for the market to do its calculations to see how you did against the other teams. The second portion of round one is going to be preparing your company's financial statements, such as your income statement and your balance sheet. You'll reach another submission before you move on to round two. The difference will be new concepts will be introduced in the later rounds. Alright, now that we've got the flow down, let's go ahead and walk through a round. So now you've logged into Accountonomics. The point of the game is to make money over time. You're going to be selling products in a competitive environment against the other teams. There are two steps for each round. The first step is going to be running the business and making business decisions. The second step is going to be building out your company's financial statements. This is the first page when you enter into the game that you'll see. You've got Accountonomics up top, the team name, what round you're in, the amount of cash you have from sale of stocks, as well as some running totals on land, building, equipment, loans, and also your production capacity. The page that you see here is the Get Cash page. The next one is Spend Cash and Go to Market. For round one, you've already received $70,000. Let's go spend some cash. In the Spend Cash section, you've got some options. Buy land, buy buildings, and buy equipment. Let's go ahead and buy a piece of land. That's going to be used to put buildings on. Next, let's buy some buildings. Buildings are going to be used to house equipment. Next, let's buy some equipment. Equipment is going to be used to produce products. The more equipment you have, the more products you can produce. Different equipment will have different cost, useful life, and capacity. These are being depreciated on straight line. Let's buy some equipment. So we've bought two pieces of equipment. You can see at the top, we're down to $17,000, but our production capacity has gone up to $2,500. You can also see a running total that we have one building and two pieces of equipment. You can also see the maximum amount that can be fit, such as two pieces of building per one piece of land and three pieces of equipment per building. Next, let's go to the market. The market is going to be where you produce your goods and put them out for sale. Now that you have equipment, you can start to produce products. Let's look at product one. If you hover over the demand curve, you'll be able to see how many units can be sold at what price. If we come down to make our elections, we can sell 2,500 products, which is the maximum amount of our capacity. And let's sell it for $5. Note that at the top, you can see what the cost to make is. Product one costs $2, so that should give us about $3 worth of profit if we sell these in the market. If we save that, you'll see that the top production amount is now full, 2,500 of 2,500. If you ever see a red exclamation point come up on the top, it's because one of your prior selections is over your limits. Once you've made your selections and decided the different product mix, click Finalize and Submit Round to submit the round. When you have submitted, you'll see Successfully Submitted at the top. Know that you and your team can still go in and change your elections until the assignment deadline. And that concludes the first part of round one. You've made your business decisions, you've placed your bets, and you're going to have to wait to see how you do out in the market. Now that the timer for the first part of round one is over, you're into the second part of round one. If you come up to the top and click round one, you can see that you have some new options. Global Market Overview, Round Report, Income Statement, Balance Sheet, and Cash Flow. Let's start with Global Market Overview. In the Market Overview section, you'll be able to get a better idea who did what during the round. Knowing what your competitors did will help you make better decisions in the next rounds. Next, in the round report section, you will be able to see all of the information you'll need to fill out your financial statements. At the top, you can see we had sales returns and allowance of none, income tax of none. Those will come in later in the game. Products offered is the first item that we have for this round. We have an offered price of $5 and a quantity offered of 2,500. We can also see that we had purchased land, building, and equipment. Let's look at our products sold. Product 1 had a unit cost of $2, offered at 2,500 units, and it looks like we sold all 2,500 units at a price of $5. To the right, I've built an example of how you can pull these numbers and put them into financial statements. We see that we have an offered amount of 2,500 units, and we sold all of them. We sold them at $5 per unit, which gave us a revenue of $12,500. To find our cost, we have the $2 per unit times our 2,500 units for a total cost of $5,000. To get our gross profit, we take the 12,500 minus the 5,000 to give us $7,500 of gross profit. Navigating back to the round and selecting income statement. Once you click back on income statement, you can see at the bottom that you have an income statement, a balance sheet, and a cash flow statement. You'll need to fill these out. To do so, click Edit and enter your numbers based off of your round report, as well as the calculations you'll need to perform. Once you've filled out your income statement, click the Save button to save your work. You'll repeat the same process for your balance sheet and your cash flow statements. If you don't see any Save or Edit button at the top, that means your professor has elected to make these read-only, and you can get some useful insight from them. Once the submission deadline for this round ends, you'll be moved forward to round 2. And that concludes the second part of round 1. You received your information and you compiled your company's financial statements. We're now in round 2. As you can see at the top, you've got round 2 to indicate what round you're in. Go ahead and click on that. The top right round button will navigate you throughout the game. When you click on it, you can see the previous rounds as well as the round that you're in. Note here, we can see round 1. The income statement and balance sheet now have grades, and we can click on those to see what we missed or what we got right. Here's a look at the income statement. Here we can see at the top our grade, 2 out of 7, and on the right hand side we can see our answers versus the correct answer. If we got the correct answer, it'll be green, and if we didn't, it'll be red. Now that we're in round 2, the Get Cash tab has options where you could sell your land, building, and equipment. You only want to sell these if you need the money, as you need them to produce products. Next, to see the scoreboard, go up to the top middle. You'll be able to see how your team's performing compared to the other teams, and you'll be able to sign out. In the team section, you can see the scoreboard of your team and other teams in the class. You have the total net income and what round you're in. At the bottom, you can click Sign Out. That concludes the video for how to play the game through one round. Our goal is to help you learn accounting, and we hope that by playing a game that's a little bit more interactive, you can learn accounting and have a little bit of fun while doing it.